What could the Joe team have up their sleeves for Hasbro Pulse Con 2023? And Super 7's mother of all Cobra ships gets a launch date right now on Toy Habits Live. And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat. Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. This is going to be a really exciting episode today, Michael. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's so great to be on the stream with you, and thanks for having the Birdman fill in for me on my birthday weekend. So appreciate it.
We had a blast with the Birdman. Daniel's so kind to fill in, but nothing is ever like having you in person, Michael. But I hope you had a really fun and happy birthday.
I did. It was fun.
Fun time with the family and get to get away. I'm furiously trying to pack and get things kind of finalized, and then we go into kind of remodel mode for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, a lot of things to take care of. I'll be running to Home Depot and Lowe's like a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
and
we
packing,
just came from there.
Packing
and moving.
And then unpacking, right?
Yes, absolutely. I did get something kind of cool that came in today, so sort of in the theme. New Red Jackal showed up.
Oh, you got it?
I got it from Amazon because I was so tempted, and I had stuff sitting in my pile of loot, and BBTS actually had them in stock, and I left the stuff sitting in my pile for a week because I kept contemplating it, and then I was like, I went on to Amazon. We have a link for it, and they actually had one in stock.
No way.
And I was like, oh, if I order it from there, at least I can look at it and contemplate it and not open it. But if I change my mind, it can go back. If I got it from BBTS, like I'm done. So I ordered him. He literally just came, and we'll share it later on.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I still haven't opened mine. I visited the Super 7 store, I think a couple weeks ago now. When I went into the city for that research that I had to do, and man,
I thought you bought him that day.
I did. I just haven't opened him yet.
You haven't opened it. Okay.
No, I have a backlog of stuff that I need to open.
Yeah, it's like every time I buy something, I'm like feeling guilty. I'm like, should I get it? I'm like,
I know, right?
For house stuff, and then that's why I was like, at least I can contemplate him and then decide.
Yeah. But yeah, we have a fantastic show for everyone today, and really excited to talk about the G.I. Joe Classified Series Pulse Con 2023 stuff, because we know a lot already, and there's still probably stuff we don't know yet.
It's surprising how much we actually do know, have confirmed, and some stuff actually popped up for pre-order yesterday, which was very exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right.
So cool. But before we get into that, let's say hello to our amazing Toy Habits crew, and just want to send a shout out to everyone here, plus our newest members. And yeah, just thank you so much for the support. And all of these new members are courtesy of the great Mr. Home Arcade. So like I think when I was gone, he had gifted, I think, 10 memberships to various people. So I'm not really sure how that worked, but thank you so much, Mr. Home Arcade. He is a very talented customizer and gives us these little beauties like Metalhead, which is a mashup of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and Horde Trooper, which is awesome.
Absolutely. I got really awesome Leonardo as He-Man, which is packed away, but he did an incredible job, and Mr. Home Arcade just does some really amazing customs, and he did a whole, I think, Eternia Palace setup that it would blow your mind if you looked at it. So make sure to check him out, Mr. Home Arcade. You do incredible work. Keep up the awesome customizing, because the stuff that he comes up with is just absolutely incredible.
Yes, and he is just he's an all-around great guy, just really kind, generous, and amazing. So really appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't we go ahead and say hi to the chat first, and then we can dive into the Joe news.
Sounds good.
Awesome. You wanna launch in, or you want me to?
Oh, sure, I could do it. We have Toy Connections in the house, fantastic friend of the channel and also YouTube channel. What is up, Ken? We have Brick something, amazing crew member Clint
Can I say
Jorgensen.
congratulations to Brick for hitting 500 subscribers yesterday,
Yes,
along with Mega Retro, who also hit 15,000 subscribers. So they
15K.
both hit a huge milestone yesterday. Congratulations to both of you guys.
Totally. Great job. Great achievement, Brick. We got Clint in the house, crew member, Giraffe. Always fun to have you around. Paul Morales, Lab Rat, crew member, Payne's Toy Samples. What is up? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, long time viewer of the channel. Cowabunga Dude, Ryan. We got Rob 2023 to Toy Habits crew member, Robert Alessandrini. What is up, my friend? The right hand of Skeletor. Love that. We have Silver K, who says to everybody, smack that like. And she's actually driving right now. So she'll
Oh, be
comment more in
careful,
a bit.
Silver
Just
K.
be safe if you're listening. We got Bash Studios. Chaz the Guru is in the house. Thank you so much, Chaz, for all of your intel. And we're going to be talking about it today. So glad to have you in the stream. We got Skyfall, Juan, Ted, and King Panther.
Awesome. Well, welcome to everybody. We have a lot of really fun GI Joe news to talk about today, and let's dive in. So, Michael, do you want to start out with what dropped yesterday, and then we'll go into our, our speculation and our confirmed pre-orders?
Yeah, sounds
Pulse
good.
Con.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's funny because I was thinking about waking up early to catch whatever dropped from Hasbro, and I was like, they're not going to drop anything GI Joe classified related, but they did.
You kept joking around with me, and they're like, "Oh, it's going to be My Little Pony, so don't worry about it."
Oh, totally. I was like, it's either going to be Star Wars or My Little Pony, and I'm going to wake up early for nothing. But if I woken up early, would have seen what you saw before me.
I was in a panic because I was trying to get all this stuff done before a work meeting, and my eyes went like boing. And I want to give a huge shout out to the Baroness of Toys, who texted me early in the morning before I actually kind of woke up. I heard my phone buzzing, and I picked it up, and I knew to expect something obviously from the Fall Geek Out. I was going to check it when I woke up, but the phone buzzing woke me up even earlier than I expected, and I was like, oh my god, like all the stuff dropped. I gotta go jump on that. So thank you, Bernice. Yeah. So as we predicted, we got some really amazing Python Patrol drops for Target exclusives, and they actually sold out immediately on Hasbro Pulse. They went up for Pulse members, and I know around 6:45 Pacific time when I checked it, everything was already sold out. So they probably had a really limited quantity.
Oh, totally. Yeah, they usually do that with, I guess, shared exclusives. They have some that go up on Hasbro Pulse, and probably the bulk of them go up on Target. But amazing stuff. And I'm so excited to get another Trouble Bubble because I just got mine and it is fantastic. I want to say it's like the best small vehicle, and people are like, "Well, what about Serpentor's Air Chariot?" I think this Trouble Bubble kicks the Air Chariot's butt, but
it's freaking rad. It is really, really cool. So if you want to see more stills, links to everything and all the information, you can always go to toyhabits.com. We've got a bunch of articles up, and this one is for the Python Patrol pre-orders. You can find all the links here, and we'll go through them right now. So as we expected, Python Patrol Copperhead was one of the pre-orders that came out. That's an easy repaint because Copperhead was just released. So they already had, like, literally had his tooling in the machines at the factory. And they're like, well, let's just change the plastic and colors and the paint apps and just keep going with the factory.
Yeah. And it's so funny because everybody's like, why is this Python Patrol Trouble Bubble $10 cheaper than the original one? And my guess is like they've already done the tooling, and so they don't need to get as much money back, to recoup their costs. So that's my theory. And it's actually great that it is $10 less because that really never happens.
It doesn't. And my theory, besides already having the tooling, which is great, now, the original Trouble Bubble was a exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. So now this is a Hasbro Pulse plus Target exclusive. That means that they got a much wider distribution because Target buys pretty big quantities of it. And that lowered their MOQ, so it lowered their production costs. So they were able to drop it $10, right?
Drop
because
like
now
it's
it's
hot.
going to mass retail. So I think that was a huge help.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we did get the Python Patrol Officer Easy Repaint. They've already done the Officer in so many different colorways. So this one looks incredible. We're going to go ahead and take a look at all three. But before we do, I want to plus in Daniel Huron. Daniel, we had a fun time last week. Thanks for co-hosting. Thank you for your $2 super chat. Daniel says, Python, go, boot Zorana, please.
Do you think Zorana's going to get a Python Patrol repaint?
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine? That would be like super cool. And a big hello to Payne's Toy Samples. Now has been a crew member for 5 months. Congratulations.
Wow, that's great.
And he said he got 3 officers, 2 Trouble Bubbles, and Copperhead to fill out his Jungo diode. So one thing, actually, since Payne brings up how many he bought, Target has been doing something really cool to keep scalpers away from buying out all the figures. So they have a limit of 2. And even if you try and log in on another account, I think it's like probably limit per 2 per address. So you can't get it shipped, even if you try with a different account, to your same house. Target will cancel your order. Even if it tries to go through immediately, a minute or 2 later, it'll cancel it. But it's good because last I checked, these were still in stock. So that helps keep enough supply for everybody. So if you try to get these from Hasbro Pulse and they were sold out, go into our article. We've got links for all of them from Target. You can order them through there. It helps the channel out. We really appreciate it. But they're still in stock. So make sure to order all your awesome new Python Patrol figures.
Yes, that is awesome news. But I think the only head scratcher for me is why they limit, like, I get that they limit 2 for scalpers, but these are obviously, like, some of them are army builder figures, right?
They are.
That's the rub. It's like,
yeah.
Why don't they just make enough, because they know that people will buy like 8 to 10 Trouble Bubbles, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't preclude them from coming out in the store. And as we have seen with the last couple waves, Target shelves are actually packed out with stuff, right?
Yeah,
that's true. A lot.
Yes.
So I'm not too worried. They've been actually really good with distribution. They've got all the last waves. I see them just kind of clogging the shelves now. So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. It's funny, these Python Patrol figures, they really split people. There's some that don't like them, like Super Cyan Berserk just doesn't land. They're not for everybody, right? I mean, that's actually, the emoji's cool because it's green and yellow, right? It actually blends with the Python Patrol colors. And we have folks like Silver K who would definitely like a Python. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, I do agree with the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I think that Trouble Bubble is actually cooler than the one that we just got. But the one that we just got is classic, but the other one is just insane now. It's like it's so decked out.
Absolutely. This one is incredible. It's got all this amazing Python Patrol deco on it. Red with the snake scales on there, and the yoke is yellow, which is really cool, and so are the missiles.
Yes.
The little rocket jet packs on the back are black, and they've got Python Patrol tampoed logos on them, which is really awesome. We'll take another look shortly. But this is the box art, pretty much a recolor of what we already got, except, you've got the Python Patrol colors on there, and this thing's looking incredible.
Oh, totally is. I love that head sculpt with the visor down on this repainted app because it pops out so much than the original one because the black and the dark purple just really melded together.
Yeah, and this one with the yellow on the top, it like really pops.
Totally.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Giraffe, I'm waiting for a pink and orange Trouble Bubble for an additional $10 off. So wait, all right, so this begs the question, is the Trouble Bubble gonna become the Ram Cycle now? It's just gonna get repainted 3,000 or 4,000 times?
Probably. Because they'll make the most they can out of the tooling, and they've got to get their money back. So I don't doubt it.
I need to plus in this comment from Sci-Fi Tsunami, and I do read all of your comments on our YouTube posts and also videos, and it's so funny because he's always waiting for Sci-Fi and Blowtorch, and you're probably gonna have to wait a little longer, but
Oh,
I would love a Blowtorch, actually. That would be
yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. I think I love his bright like yellow and red colors. So he would look incredible going up against these guys. So this thing's really cool. I actually want to look at a couple more
Yeah.
photos of this, and you can you can see right here again, that awesome logo on there, and then they added some like gray to the backside of this. Sorry, let me just scroll down where we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the images. My apologies. I know I'm
Mhm.
flipping kind of fast, but I started on the treble bubble and it's on the bottom.
Mhm.
But you can see here, there's kind of like a gray snake skin type of look to it. And I missed it. It's right here with some other, kind of tampoed insignias and stuff. And then all the controls, you've got them
Mm.
in like kind of yellow accents on the inside. There's another little tampoed logo right here on the little hand missile, which is really awesome. And this thing, like I always loved as a kid, I had the Python Stun.
Mhm.
So it was that red, three-wheeled vehicle. I still have one, and whenever I see like a red Python Patrol vehicle, it just invokes like those memories of having that stun and playing with it, like at the playground in the sand. It was always so much fun. So I really love the coloring on this one. It's very cool.
Oh, totally. Yeah, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot points out that the tinted visor makes this trouble bubble epic. I actually didn't pick up on
Yeah,
that just until now. I was like,
I
that's great.
actually saw that and I thought it looked great. Like
That's awesome.
that was a really cool ad. And then they changed the little, I guess, projected insignia here in white instead of the red that
Oh,
it
nice.
is in the first one we got. So I love the changes.
Yes, and we have a Crimson Trouble Bubble coming soon, right? And a Dreadnought
Most
version as
likely,
well. No, they'll do
most
the
likely,
Ram
yes.
cycle for the Dreadnought version.
Exactly. Yeah. So this thing's looking incredible. It's going to be super exciting,
Yep.
and they nailed it when it comes to the look
Oh,
of
yeah,
the vintage figure. So
totally. Totally.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with Ryan here. I hope that they reissue the original white Trouble Bubbles, and I think they will. I think there's a lot
Mhm.
of demand for them, and they might have
Yeah.
just sold out of their first batch. But I wanted to order more, and then I woke up one morning and they're all sold out. I was like, dang it.
I know, right? And like, luckily you got two. I thought you had thought you got one originally, and then a
I
second one
forgot.
showed up.
Yeah, I
So,
had pre-order
yeah,
amnesia, so it
it's pre-order
happens.
amnesia. I get that all the time. And things start showing up from different websites. You're like, oh man, I forgot I ordered that. But yeah, this thing looks really, really awesome. And then we got um, Copperhead, which the Python Patrol version of Copperhead is actually my favorite. Don't
Mm.
ask me why, but it is. I really love his colorways. Um, he's looking incredible. The box art is really great. There's like a little lizard right here by his feet.
Oh,
You
how
can see
funny.
that. Let me zoom in right here. It looks like it's about to like
That's
bite,
crazy.
jump up and bite his butt.
Bite him in the
Yeah,
junk.
in the junk. Yeah, he's eyeing it.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, this guy looks really awesome. I love the colors on this, and they added detail to his gun. It looks like it's kind of
Yeah,
gold,
love it.
with the black scope on it, and they added gold to his belt too. And there's some really neat tampo details on him as well. And we'll get a better view of it, but he has a Python Patrol logo on his chest right here,
Yeah,
which is
looks
awesome.
so awesome. Yeah, all those colors go really well together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it makes his uniform a lot more interesting because the original one,
Put it up.
is great, but yeah, all of the
Yeah,
different
there we
colors just
go.
kind of make all of the elements of his uniform pop out.
Mm-hmm. I love the little red accents on
Yeah,
his holster web gear, and then his two holsters are red. Those look great. They added a little bit of color right here on his machete, uh, so it looks kind of rusted out, which is awesome. And then his breather mask has the actual tube in red, which looks cool too.
that
So,
is cool.
and they did a
Yeah,
really great job.
yeah, they
And
did.
it looks like it's rendering. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
the gold
fantastic.
weapons look awesome. Like
I know.
whenever
I
we
love that gold gun.
yeah.
That looks really cool. It's like something out of like James Bond.
Oh,
You know,
totally looks like
Goldfinger.
maybe it
Yeah,
is James
yeah.
Bond.
It could be. Oh yeah, you can see it right here in the digital rendering. And then finally we got our Python Patrol officer. I've got some close-ups of this guy too. We'll dive in on him. He's looking really cool. Total repaint. Just his knee pads and webbing. Belt is basically the accents with a black outfit, which looks good. With some, his boots are gray and gloves are gray. But I really love his like arm insignia. That looks really good because they added a Cobra logo and Python Patrol logo on that.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, this figure came out great, and he comes with an extra head sculpt too, which is awesome. You can kind of put him in the classic Python Patrol officer variant, or kind of use the more updated one.
Yeah, so there's two different skin tones. You can vary that. And I was trying to see. I don't remember where the image is, but there's one of the Dio shots had a blurred image, and I think it might have been this one, but
I was looking at that.
Yeah,
What do you think that is?
What's the boat? The red boat, and the name is escaping.
Oh, the Moray.
Yes, they're thinking that is a tease for the Moray right here, like coming washing up the shore. And it was in one other image as well.
Wow. I was trying to figure out what that was, and I couldn't place it. So that would be awesome. But man, that would be huge.
It would be huge. But it's the same size as like that boat they just released for Fortnite.
Oh,
they're selling that on the retail shelves. So they can probably just kind of retool that a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
They probably took a Fortnite red boat and just like painted it for the shot.
Right.
Probably, right?
Like, oh crap.
Yeah, so this looks great. My apologies, my monitor is tripping out a little bit right here.
It's tripping.
I can fix it. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Right. Let me stop sharing and see if I can get this thing back up and running.
Yeah. I can find it.
Difficulties. No, I've got it back up.
All right.
I believe.
We need like elevator music for times like this.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, there we go.
Drum roll. There we go. Awesome.
Yeah. So he's looking really cool, and you can see, he's got his little goggles on, and
that's neat.
They did an incredible job. These Dio shots just look great.
Oh, they totally do. Yeah, I'm amazed at all of these whenever they come out, because I can actually never pose anything that comes close to this. I was like, how did they even do that?
They're so talented just to come up with like all of these really like realistic action poses.
Yeah,
and it's capturing them like in motion, but still like you snapped a shot of them doing whatever it is they're doing, and then they, with the way they tilt their heads and move their body, they have like expressive. You can tell like an expressive look on their face or whatever with what they're doing. So these guys are awesome.
Yes, Clint can't wait for next year's Killer Whale HasLab. So,
oh my god!
Which they can also make and do a Night Force version too, so they could just reap all they can from that one.
Oh, absolutely, that would be awesome. So I think we've covered Python Patrol fairly deeply, but these are all up for pre-order. They're supposed to be released in November, if I'm not mistaken. And go to Target.com, or you can find all the links on our website in our article, and help out the channel. We have links for all of these, and they're still in stock. So if you haven't gotten them yet, easy links right here. Target and Hasbro's out right now, but click on this.
Yeah.
Very cool. So the next thing we want to dive into is our speculation, predictions, etc. for the Hasbro Pulse Con pre-orders that are going to be coming up for G.I. Joe Classified Series. And Pulse Con starts next Friday at, I think it's 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern. And we did get, Michael, you can tell the gang, we got some of these actually confirmed.
Yeah, so Chaz the Guru had posted the box numbers for the latest wave of G.I. Joe
Oh my
Classified
God, yeah.
Series figures. And so it's very likely that we will see these 5 figures probably being shown and also going up for pre-order. So it's a Buzzer, Ripper, Agent Helix, Shockwave, and General Hawk. So if you remember last PulseCon in 2022, we had a very similar wave of 5 figures that they revealed. And I think their ship dates are targeting December 2023. And so that kind of lines up with PulseCon. So
that is awesome. And we're finally getting some more Dreadnoks, and these are 2 of my favorites. So I can't wait to see them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
So
cool. I forget the exact story of the real names of the Dreadnoks, but Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch, their names line up with Tom, Dick, and Harry. And so
oh, how funny.
the people that were making the names for these and the backstories were really they're getting really creative. One really cool story that when I went to visit the Super7 store was actually I don't think I'd ever read the Buzzer bio, but he was actually I guess going undercover to like do research on the Dreadnoks, and then he became a Dreadnok from I guess they brought him in and showed him the right way, and he's now a Dreadnok. So I thought that was really cool.
That is freaking cool. And speaking of Super7 store, I'm just trying to dig something out right here. Michael surprised me with the coolest surprise from the Super7 store in San Francisco. And since we're talking about Joe's, I have a couple of these guys standing back here.
Yes, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Awesome G.I. Joe reaction figures. These are really, really cool. Crimson Guard, like a new G.I. Joe pilot, which is awesome. Freaking Hawk and Buzzer, and these are really adorable if you like little Filmation style 5 POA figures. This new wave is sweet. So thank you, Michael, for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Very nice surprise.
You are very welcome. And Sci-Fi Tsunami, of course, if anything comes before Sci-Fi and Blowtorch, it is blasphemy. But yeah. Helix and Kamakura before Sci-Fi and Blowtorch.
That's awesome. That's going to go with my very best collection of G.I. Joe reaction figures, which we will have some G.I. Joe reaction news later on in the stream.
Yes. Yeah, but those I can't wait to see what the actual figures look like. And I hope that I hope this means that that would be amazing if we could get like a Dreadnought Thunder Machine, either as a HasLab or a standard release.
That would be freaking incredible. We can dive into looking at each of these guys. And this guy looks so cool because I love, again, they're really getting into the tattoos and all of his like accessories and the wrist little bracer with the spikes on it. He has a little chain attached to his jeans here. I mean, this is awesome.
Totally it's so cool. It's like I love that they can add those tattoos and everything, because they couldn't do that back in the day. If they did, like, it'd just be cool to see like a little mini tattoo on him.
Oh, I know. It's funny because like when I was reviewing Shipwreck, and so I was taking some close-up pictures, and one of his tattoos is a shark, and it looks really cool because it had like color in it. Like the shark was gray with like his little teeth, and I was like, oh my god, like they're getting really detailed. It was like a colored-in tattoo on Shipwreck's arm. So I was like, damn, Hasbro team, you're killing it with these figures. But Ripper looks really great, and this accessory, it's I don't even know what to call it. It's kind of like a laser, something.
Like
what would you call this?
Winch. It's like a Jaws of Life thing. It's like a jackhammer, like Jaws of Life that can just tear something.
Oh God, Jaws of Life. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's until.
I'm sure it's got a laser on it, and I'm sure their sharks have laser beams coming out of them too. So.
Absolutely.
all the
lasers are really cool. And then on the other side we have Buzzer, which is awesome. I got little baby Buzzer here. I'll play with him again. But he's looking really great too, with his little skull on his belt, tattoos again, and I love the goggles that he has on his head, on his face there. Yeah,
Yeah, they really made this one awesome, and like that huge chainsaw is really cool. And they also gave him like an extra, like, what is it, a
Mhm.
that bat with the blades
Oh my
coming out.
god! It's literally a baseball bat with a blade for a chainsaw or a chain, like, what's it called? A saw blade cut in half and attached to both sides of
Yeah, which
his
is great because that's how the Dreadnoks forge for all of their
roll.
weapons and also their clothes.
Yeah,
If you notice, like, a lot of them are half dressed and have their sleeves
exactly.
missing.
And it, little the handles are all like wrapped, like it's seen like a lot of wear on it, which is really cool. And is this the same chainsaw that we just got with the Arctic Bat?
It looks a little
Hidden?
different, um,
Is it?
but yeah,
Like
I
the
think
blade is
so.
probably the same.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but it's
But
awesome.
I guess since they're like, oh, we're in chainsaw mode, so let's do these. Let's do buzzer next.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, so Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Yeah, Tom Winkin is Torch. We got Harry
Oh,
Nod is Ripper, and then there's the other one. I forget his last name, but I'm sure he'll
yeah,
drop it in the
that's
chat.
awesome.
Want to say hello to Neil Hunter Hyde. Thanks for joining us,
Ooh.
my friend. Good to see you.
And man, next one up, Hawk. I've been waiting for Hawk for like so long. One of my favorite reveals, that leather jacket he has on looks incredible, and the little GI Joe reaction Hawk, you can take his helmet off too, which is super cute. But this, oh, here you go. He looks awesome, and then he looks
Yeah,
super cute with his helmet on, and just the detail on the paint and
yeah.
stuff on this little 3 3/4 inch figure is adorable.
Oh,
But Hawk looks awesome. Like, he
yeah.
has, wear on his leather jacket. He's wearing, all his like medals and his wings that are pinned to it, gold, and you can see his name, Abernathy, right there on his
Oh, that's
jacket.
awesome.
Yeah, and they even give him like a little bit of gray hair. What do you think of that? Like, he looks like he's been around, aged a little.
Oh, totally. Like I got some gray, so I totally dig it. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's looking great.
uh,
And he has two pairs
wanted
of
to,
goggles.
oh yeah,
Which
it's
is
like
cool.
wanted to circle back to Chaz the Guru's comment before we move
Oh yeah.
on past the Dreadnoks too far. So he asked Lenny at SDCC about a Thunder Machine, and he said it doesn't necessarily have to be a HasLab. So that's awesome. That is true.
Wow,
It's definitely true.
that's true. That would be so super cool. Yeah, I mean, he looks great, and like, they even gave texture to the fuzzy part of his leather jacket, which
Yeah,
looks incredible.
really
So
great looking
these are
figure.
he's gonna sell out like right away. This one
Oh,
is
totally.
just so cool. And then we got Agent Helix, which is very awesome. And it's neat how they gave her like highlights, but then you can see like kind of the black roots and
Hmm.
like that level of detail, like in her hair.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a girl and you dye your hair, you can totally relate. Which is why I wear a hat.
I cannot relate.
Exactly. And she comes with her really cool weapons. Love the gray and yellow and black on her outfit. This one looks very cool. And then,
Yeah,
a nice reuse of the buck.
yeah, I can't wait to see what the actual like hair sculpt comes out like, just comparing it to this digital render. I'm sure it's going to look
Mhm.
more amazing in person. The guns are really cool. Her little pistols that she
Yeah.
has with the remove,
Oh
like, I don't
yeah.
know, the clips aren't removable, but you can just imagine like she's
Like,
running
she's
and
just like,
gunning and those clips are falling out.
I know the clips are just falling. It's like badass. Like,
Yeah.
don't mess with her. Right?
Yeah,
You
and
don't want
are
to.
those like blades that attach to her wrist, like on each
Oh,
side of
these,
her?
yeah, they look like they do. It's like slide onto her
That's
wrist, which
amazing.
that's like, that is incredible too. And then this is a reuse from that little backpack that came with the Blue Ninjas, where you just slide the blades in the back. So that's exactly the same as what we got before.
Nice.
Yeah. And finally, last but not least of the confirmed figures, because we got a lot more of our speculation, but these are all the confirmed figures, is freaking Shockwave. I love Shockwave. I had the vintage figure as a kid. I still have Shockwave. And I love his digital camo in
Yeah.
blue, which looks really cool.
Yeah, he does. The also his little his Uzis have removable clips too, which I don't know, like I don't I'm not a fan of the removable stuff because I always lose
They
them,
fall
or
out.
yeah, they fall out.
Hmm.
So I'm just like, you don't really need it for a gun that small. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely digging the shield and the whole makeup
Yep.
of the
The
figure.
whole SWAT team, the whole
Yes.
SWAT team thing. I wonder if they just reused like Beachhead's head for him and just gave
Throw a
him like a
hat on
blue
him.
mask instead of the hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throw a hat
And,
on him and call him
yeah, just
Shockwave.
throw a hat on him and you're good to go. But he looks awesome. He absolutely looks awesome. So now we are going to, I think we went through all of the confirmed uh pre-orders that we again, thanks to Chaz for the heads up. And now we're going to dive into what we think could be possible pre-orders, and these are all based on things that were either digital render reveal from the past cons or events that we had from Hasbro throughout this year, or they were name only reveals as well. So let's
Yeah,
dive into those, and we will start out with Clutch and the Vamp.
that's an awesome vehicle. And yeah, I actually hope we do see at least some of the work in progress at PulseCon, because I think I remember in 2022 they had showed some work in progress, and I think they had like a gung ho with that like number on his forehead and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that'd be neat to see
Yeah.
these in progress.
Yeah, I know. And again, keep going, more tattoos. I really love Clutch with his brown accents on the green, kind of army outfit that he's wearing. His helmet's awesome. They included, of course, the two little tanks that sit on the
Yeah,
back of the vamp, which is really cool, and the fire extinguisher. And then it looks like he has an alternate like helmeted head right here.
yeah,
With
yeah.
it looks like that, like the little shark teeth tampo on it,
Oh yeah.
which is very cool.
Yeah,
See
are
that?
they trying to make a lot of the Joes into army builders now and just
Yeah.
throw in an extra head so people will just buy more?
That's absolutely what they're doing. But like this one's gonna be super cool. Can't wait for it. I don't know if it's gonna be revealed as part of PulseCon, but how cool would it be if it was?
It'd be very cool because they revealed a whole lot of stuff at San Diego Comic-Con, and so like to kind
Mhm.
of space it out, like when would they
Yeah,
reveal all this other stuff? Like I guess there's other fan streams that they can run, but it'd be
yeah.
great to do it all at PulseCon.
Yeah, that would be good. Well, our wallets will be hurting a little bit, but
Oh yeah.
I guess we won't get charged until they actually ship out, so they'll be a few months away. And another huge shout out to Daniel Hearn. Thanks again for the
Oh
$2 super
geez.
chat. You are too kind. And he is correcting us because we
Yeah,
are not using proper military
you would know.
names. They're
You would.
called magazines, not clips. Thank you,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Thank you. Love it. Keeping me honest.
Absolutely. And this is just to remind you guys what the vintage clutch and vamp look like. I have these figures. These are really awesome. Then this vehicle, I like it because it's not too big. It's a manageable size. You can seat two Joes on it. You can put a couple in the back. And it just looks really great. So
Yes, Studio Henge Kenton, what is up? They talked about the hood opening and the engine parts being removable. That's really cool. That's
yeah,
something that I was not expecting at
yeah,
all. So that's awesome. Thank you for that,
that is awesome.
Studio Henge Kenton.
Hmm. I'm just gonna flip my camera on and off for a second because it looks like it got
All
blurry
right, no
and
problem.
hopefully
Okay, now we got a thing. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot says they're mags, not magazines. We'll get it
oh,
right.
okay. That's even better.
Yes, and
And the next one is
Silver K loves the extra head that comes on these figures. So
don't you all love extra head?
who doesn't like extra head, right?
Yeah. Gotta love extra head, right? On that note, we're
As we
going to talk
digress.
about the next one that we think might be revealed. And this was one you, Michael, were begging and pleading for during
Yeah,
the His Tank Has Lab. And you
yeah,
thought it was going to be one of the unlocks. But there's a reason they didn't give it to you, right? Because you're the one who kept pointing out what the heck is this tow hitch on the back of the His Tank for if we're not going to get a freaking SMS,
right.
right?
I'm so happy to see this. Yeah, this made me so like just thrilled because it's a very simple design. It's very simple to
Mhm.
make, and it's a very iconic piece that not a lot of people have because it was a Sears exclusive back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an awesome set. And it comes with the Techno Viper that is in the Hiss Tank gray, red, and black colors. So it's obvious that this thing was made to hitch onto the back of your Hiss Tank.
Yes.
As you asked for.
Yeah, that's gonna look awesome, and I'm definitely gonna
Mhm.
hitch it to the back of my Hiss
Yeah.
tank, and the Techno Viper is also great to have a vehicle and or a missile launcher system and a figure paired with this. So
Mhm. And if you didn't order the Hiss Tank, this thing still would look really cool on its own, displayed with a bunch of Cobras around it, like you're shooting missiles off to hit the Joes. So it looks an awesome piece by itself on your shelf.
oh, totally. Yeah, I think it's like, and also too, like they're giving us a render of the Techno
Mhm.
Viper, and
Yep.
a single carded release is probably single box release one is
Yeah.
probably already
Exactly.
being
And
developed.
exactly. In his like more classic colorway, and because this one really matches nicely to the Hiss Tank, and this is what the vintage version looks like. So I think they did an awesome job at translating it into classified scale.
Yeah, and it's funny, I still have, so I have a vintage
Oh, you have yours.
SMS still on my desk from whenever we showed
Let's
this
take a
off
look.
the last time. I don't know. It's it's here.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
cool.
I actually got a really good deal on this particular set, and yeah,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't pass it up and got it at a toy show. So it's like,
Oh, I remember when you got it at that toy show. You text me, you're like so excited.
I am. Yeah, it also came with the hiss too. So I was like, woohoo.
Oh, that's awesome. A black one
No, it's
with a red.
the red one. Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
if anyone
very
can see
cool.
it, but it's back. Oh no, it's off camera, so I can't
No,
go
it's
grab it.
cool. So
But
it
yeah,
did come with the original red. That's awesome. I
yep,
love that.
yeah, yes.
You got it all complete. The next ones we're going to look at, which we already know, this was actually a confirmed release
Mhm.
for PulseCon. So my apologies that we didn't talk about it before, but it is the Crimson Stripe team, and they are looking so super cool because now you're going to have a set of Crimson Twins, which look incredible in their crimson outfit,
Yes.
and of course the Baroness, which looks like she's going to kick someone's ass
Oh,
in that red
totally.
outfit.
I love that they're doing face plates instead of like
Mhm.
actual head
Yeah,
swaps for
yeah,
her. So yeah, it's really neat the
yeah.
way they designed her.
And again with the gold uh guns,
The
machine
the
guns and stuff.
gold goes very well with the
I
crimson.
know,
Like I'm
I
like
know.
whoever is doing the color pairing and color matching
Mhm.
on these is spot on. These are great. All the stuff looks
This-
so good together.
I love this image. The style shot's just really incredible, and her glasses actually look really good on her face, so they did a great job. So I
Oh,
think that faceplate probably will pop in where the little pegs are when you take her glasses off, and then fill that gap. So she's not wearing her
oh.
glasses. You just put that faceplate on.
Yes,
Mhm.
Payne's Toy Samples is happy they put round glasses in for the Baroness. Yeah, they look actually really good. Uh,
Mhm. Mhm.
and oh my gosh, we have somebody from Brazil who's tuning in. Oficina dos Jokes.
Hola. That's
Welcome.
awesome.
Very cool.
That's Office of Joe's. That's very cool. Welcome to the stream.
Uh-oh, we might get Clint collecting G.I. Joe Classified series. Might pull the trigger on the Phantom of the Opera Baroness. I love it.
That is so cool. And you can see they did have them on display at SDCC. So here they did show the faceplate with the mask, but she had another alternate head with the round glasses, and then this one is with the other glasses. So it looks like they. It's hard to tell if that's exactly the same. Maybe it's just the angle
Mm,
that looks a little different. And then I'm wondering. I'm assuming she still comes with her other alternate head.
yeah,
We have views on the site with all the accessories, and they come with these really cool gold stands, which is awesome.
yeah, those are nice.
Yeah.
I love that they're coming with stands because my stuff always
Mhm.
like when you live in earthquake country, you need stands.
Yeah, and the figures just tend to just jump off the shelves.
Yeah,
Why I don't know.
yes, and I
Yeah.
totally agree with Miss Allison Troy, the retro princess. This color deco makes all three of these figures look so rad. I love these more than the original releases. I agree. I've been waiting for them to do a Crimson release of the twins and the Baroness. So this is just the icing on the cake. And they will look fabulous sitting in their trouble bubbles as they go along. I just need more of these guys. I need Hasbro to put them back in stock. I just want more.
I know.
I
I'm sure
usually
they
don't want to
will, because
build
there's
this
going to be
stuff.
so much demand.
Yeah, it's
I
so
just
weird
wanted to
for me.
scroll down to this. Yeah. And as soon as they come back up in stock, you'll be the first to know. But it's funny that they instead of going with alternate heads, Michael, as you saw the photos at Comic-Con, which they displayed it that way, it looks like they're actually changing all the faceplates. So she has two different looks. So it's not just the mask; it's the actual her expression is on a faceplate too, and then she's got the two different removable glasses. Which, sorry, I zoomed in too much, and now I am making a mess. My apologies. It's hard to zoom in on this while we God. Hold on a sec. Head all the way back to normal mode and find these guys one more time. Here they are. Okay. This thing kind of trips out a little bit when you're connected to the second monitor, so my apologies there. But you can see the two sets of glasses. She comes with the same snake that she came with when she came with the motorcycle, which is awesome. All the gold guns, gold tips on their knives and daggers, which look really cool. And then, of course, the gold stands. I love this box. I mean, that is super cool. It looks like a briefcase from Extensive Enterprises.
Yes, I love that. A lot of little Easter eggs in there. That's great.
Yeah. There's a lot of really cool stuff, and you can see, we got our little guy going on vacation here. Who's that? That's so
right.
Cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love that. I love how they did like Chuckles box and like this box.
They did the opposite, because they were a small box. So it looks like it's like the picture in picture. So in Chuckles, he saw them tiny on the side, and then it's opposite on here. So that's really cool how they did
that. Dave, is that a WWE Money in the Bank suitcase? It kind of looks like it. So
it kind of looks like it. Yeah.
I got to cash that in.
And then up next was one that they never announced, they never talked about, but it was a complete surprise on display at SDCC. But another obvious one that we thought inevitably has to come to the line, Mutton Junkyard, and they both look incredible.
Yeah, this was a huge surprise, and they've been doing this lately of just doing pipeline, like just basically going from pipeline to reveal to produced figure. And I like that because it keeps you guessing, and everything is not so predictable.
I know. And yes, All Music Fan 88, that is one of my favorite ones as well. Because Junkyard looks so cool. Is that his tongue like hanging off the side? It's hard to tell. I know, or here he's got an open mouth.
Oh yeah,
cool. But it kind of looks like he's like, like doggy, like, which is hilarious. And then his little holster right here that he has is like doggy holster is awesome. That he's wearing.
Yeah, they did a great job on Junkyard.
Yeah. Junkyard looks great, and then Mutt has again, the hairy arms and hairy chest. They're really getting into that. You can see they use that, and just the look on his face. He looks madder than a dog. Much better than Junkyard.
I don't know, but Giraffe is wanting to get a flocked Junkyard. Please, Hasbro.
Oh my god, that would be so cool! Like little fuzzy,
he's like furry,
furry Junkyard.
Yes,
that would be awesome. And of course, you'll remember what the vintage version of him looks like. So it'd be super cool to get him in classified, and we know he's coming. We just don't know when. And then that brings us to our name only reveals, and we have some really cool customs from Yojo ARAH on Instagram, who does these incredible customs. And Airborne was one of the name only reveals. And Yojo ARH did an awesome job with this one.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he's a fantastic customizer, and I think a lot of his early work focused on the Joes, and then he's been turning his attention to Cobra. So this is, I think, more
Mhm.
of an earlier one that he did, and there was some speculation that, people wanted Airborne to come with the HasLab Dragonfly, but I'm actually glad that
Yes.
they're going to release him as a single figure.
A single card is released because he is a very loved character. They didn't want to put him behind a paywall, and they wanted everybody to be able to get the chance to buy him. And so I think they did absolutely the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this character, and I think he's going to look great in classified scale. So hopefully, he may be one that surprisingly they may release. And then another name only reveal we got during the HasLab Dragonfly was Doc. Again,
Yeah.
another all these customs are from Yojo ARH, so thanks. He
Yeah,
looks really good.
it's really cool because you can imagine what a basically like Hasbro can just
Mhm.
take Yojo ARH's blueprint and just make these figures because they're
Exactly.
amazing.
And the pack out on Doc would be so cool with his little stretcher and his little medicine and kind of medical bag and all his little syringes and tools and stuff like that. And of course, this small little rocket launcher.
Mhm.
It's funny because he's got a couple little medicine bottles like strapped to his helmet too, which is like that's hilarious.
He needs them all.
Yeah,
Yeah, this would
I
be a
do.
great, like, deluxe pack out for a Joe. They've been
Mhm.
doing a lot of the deluxe versions with the Cobra, like um, the
Mhm.
Snow Serpent, so he would make a good candidate
He
for
would.
that.
He
Whiskey
would.
Tango
Did your
Foxtrot what?
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead and
Oh,
read that, and then
I was
I'll
just gonna
ask you a question.
say, anyone else think that they're going to release 3 3/4 inch figures? Lenny was adding to the display case next. Naga Hide Armor,
Mm.
Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow V2. I think those were the two ups that
Mhm.
they
They
had
were.
last year, not or two
Yeah.
previous years ago, Comic Cons.
Mhm.
But I don't know if they're doing anything O-ring related if it's not a
Yeah.
O-ring GI Joe Transformers crossover, which sucks. So.
Yeah. I know, because we have to buy a really expensive transformer, which I suck at transforming them. So I only transform it once and then leave it in its vehicle mode. But I'm super excited for the Thunder Machine because
Yes,
we're
yeah,
getting
that's gonna
some
be awesome.
dreadnoughts, which is awesome. It's
That's
totally
gonna be
awesome.
great.
Yeah. And Doc has already been up for pre-order and part of the releases for the Super 7 Ultimates line, and I was really
Yeah.
excited about that. So we'll see, if they release Doc, maybe we'll actually have him in hand before we get the one from Super 7. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a good point because a lot of
Mhm.
these classified series figures and Super 7 figures are getting released almost at the same time. So you can compare the
Yeah.
bat to the
Mhm.
classified bat to the Super 7 bat and this one to the Super 7
Exactly.
dock. So
Exactly. Super 7's obviously a totally different aesthetic because you're really hitting on that nostalgia of the Sunbow cartoon, and it's a different scale. So I think they look incredible on display, like uh, in on their own, and they made it so that you're able to enjoy collecting both lines, which I think was brilliant of them. Mhm.
oh, sorry, Whiskey
Next,
Tango Foxtrot said that be making 6-inch versions of those figures. I think so. I mean, they've
yeah.
been batting 1,000 with all of these like vintage style Joes, and
Mhm.
so I'm sure that in time we will see. I would love to see a battle armor Cobra Commander. That'd be amazing. It's one of my favorite
Oh my
versions.
god, totally. Yeah, I would love to see a Battle Armor Cobra Commander. That one is super cool. I was just going to ask you because you were talking about the um, Snow Job and all the deluxe figures. Did yours ship yet from
Snow job?
Hasbro? Yeah,
I don't know.
mine just shipped.
I never keep track of anything that ships. So I
Hmm.
just stuff will just show up at my door and I don't really look to see what's
It's because I
shipping.
got an email from them, so I'm like, oh,
Oh
cool,
no.
like nice surprise. So
Uh-huh.
he's starting to ship. So check your
That's
emails
great.
from Hasbro and make sure you got all your information up to date so you don't miss out on Snow Job because he is coming. The next name only reveal was Quick Kick, and
Yeah.
we have a possibility of maybe seeing him, another amazing custom from Yojo ARH. But he would be super cool.
Oh, he would be. Yeah, in his classic
Mm.
style too, and I like some of the more updated versions that they've given Quick Kick, but please make him in the vintage style
Oh yeah.
version first.
Yeah, we absolutely have to get him in his vintage style, and with no shoes, he's got to be bare feet with the
Totally.
little red sash that he's wearing, and put the the Hurricane stars in there. So gotta have it all.
Oh, totally. Yeah, he
Yeah.
would look great, and he's just another
Mhm.
iconic figure from '85. So it's amazing, good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And then of course we got also
Ugh,
a Big Boa. Big Boa. I know you like this one,
I
and
love this
that is his
one.
vintage figure. Again, another
Ah,
awesome custom from Yojo
so good.
ARH.
Such a
Yeah.
great translation of the vintage
Mhm.
figure. Like this was actually, I know that this was a little bit before the Joe line started to go off the rails, but um
Mhm.
I love this figure playing with it as a kid. So
Yeah, and he'd be really cool because I'm sure they'll give him a removable helmet so that you can see what he looks like underneath, which you never got to see, and so they can reimagine his head sculpt. And Clint Jorgensen says, "Everyone, get your Quick Kick shirt on the Toy Habits merch store." I actually did a custom design for Clint with Quick Kick and Storm Shadow going at it. It's a really awesome T-shirt if you
yes,
love the O-ring figures and they're in these awesome action poses. So we do have a great design. So thanks for reminding us, Clint. Clint ordered one and he loves it.
that's awesome. Yes, that you do amazing photography, and it's amazing to see it on a t-shirt too. So
That's one of them I'm wearing right now. We got the
oh
Ostriker
right.
with a bunch of there. Yeah.
Yes. That's the one you sent Ken, right?
Mhm.
Or
Ken.
no,
Yeah, he was
or
wearing it last night.
yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Will Quick Kick have shoes? Probably not, but Clint thinks that
Okay.
Quick Kick will have
Of
Crocs if they do
course.
get him some updated shoes. So,
It'd be worse if he was kind of a hippie and he'd be wearing Birkenstocks.
yeah. Man, there's still a lot of
Kidding.
pipeline
Totally kidding.
figures out there. I didn't really realize,
Mhm.
like, we have
Mhm.
like if they're gonna be
Mhm.
showing that wave of 5 figures that we went over in the stream, it's like, what else are they gonna show? And I forget, is it an hour or 2 hours? It's probably it's an hour-long stream for GI
I
Joe?
think yeah, well, because they're doing all the different properties, so
Yep.
I need to see when the GI Joe stream's gonna
Yeah.
hit. But I believe that the Pulse Con starts at 8 a.m. And we'll take a look at the schedule to see which property is running at what
Oh,
time.
good, okay.
Because there's various ones. And Randall says Hasbro needs to get us a Rocky figure to fight Big Boa. That would be
Oh,
really,
totally.
really cool. And Whiskey Tango Foxtrot says we need Rambo in the classified series. That would be
Need
awesome
all
as
these
well.
guys.
Yeah, yeah. Just give us a version of Stallone, in
Yeah.
classified. That's what we need. Another awesome, great custom. We have
Yeah.
Jinx, which she is standing here next to her vintage figure, and she looks incredible. And again, this is a ninja. I know you're not a big fan, but I think she looks pretty cool.
I am a fan of Jinx, so I do
Yes.
make
Okay.
exceptions. I don't have a
Well, that's good.
blanket policy of
There's not
not
a
liking.
blanket like ninja.
No,
You know,
no. So I mean,
that's good.
I love Hasbro's million repaints of Snake Eyes and stuff like that. But Jinx is cool. I think she came out in '87, and I think she has
Mhm.
painted fingernails, from my
Yeah,
recall. So I
she
thought that was
does.
a
She
nice
does. You can
detail
see it.
that they
You can
added.
see it right here, right there on the vintage figure.
Yes.
They're painted. Yeah.
But also, Jinx came out in a Tiger Force 5-pack too, back in,
Mhm.
I think maybe the early 2000s, when they were doing
Oh, that's
like all
cool.
of these like 5-packs and 6-packs. So she could
Mhm.
also be an easy Tiger Force repaint too.
That's awesome. What color was like her outfit? Like the main?
It was
Do you
green.
remember?
Yeah, it was like
Oh
green with
wow,
like orange like striping on it. It was kind of cool.
wow, that's awesome. That would look really really cool on your shelf. Um,
Yeah, it
and
would.
then of course we
Ah,
have Torch,
yes.
and this is actually my vintage Torch. My actual photo here of my figure, which
Yeah.
he is really cool. And I gotta say, these next custom images of Torch absolutely blew me away. Yojo ARH outdid himself, and that's why I'm going
Oh
slow
my
with this.
gosh.
This
Yes.
guy is so incredible, and I'm going to show you a couple more images that he did of this custom
He's
figure.
sick.
But dude, like, look at this.
It's one hairy dude on the face and the hair. The hair sculpt is
Mhm.
freaking cool.
I know he's got chains all over his leather jacket, like all these little straps and a little skull on his necklace here. But he even threw him on a motorcycle,
Oh,
which
that's
looks
awesome.
rad. And look at the back of his jacket.
Oh my gosh, so detailed.
I know. I'm not done. Then you're gonna
How
see this next one with
how the
his
heck? Oh my
ginormous
gosh.
blast effect.
That's crazy.
And wait till you see what that blowtorch is attached to. So you know he wears a backpack, right?
Mhm.
Freaking look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And it's actually that's
Mhm.
accurate because what is it?
Yeah.
Like oxygen and another
Like I guess
gas, make
gasoline.
the flame.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah. That looks awesome. He did an incredible job. So, like, I mean, big round of applause to Yojo ARH on this custom. I was just blown away at his images.
Totally. Justin, no, you have not missed the Super 7 Mothership discussion, so
We
you can
we
still
will
hang
get there. We're almost there. Next up is the retro version of Duke. This is my own figure as well. I love Duke in his classic colors, and Yojo ARH did an incredible job of recreating him and included his little tempoed American flag on his shoulder.
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a great job. And yeah, I
Mhm.
think Duke is one of the figures that they tried to do like a little bit of a repaint to that they did
Mhm.
back to back. And that was my
Yeah.
original issue with this line was they were starting with
Yep.
repaints so fast. And it's like, no, we don't need a wave one and a
Mhm.
1.5 of repaint of the same figure. But
It's
um,
because they were trying to probably pay off for the initial tooling that they had when they started the line out,
probably
and they're
that's
trying to make some
true.
of their money back.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or they're just like, oops, we made some really crappy designs. Let's fix them.
Yeah, this looks
But
like way too techno and no one likes it, and we
yeah,
gotta take a second shot at them. So this is
but
gonna be awesome to get a retro version of
yeah.
Duke. And the next one should not be a shock to
Oh,
anybody. And if
one sec
if
before you
if
move
you're
on.
still on,
One sec before you
go ahead.
move on.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's rumor going around that they're actually restarting the vintage carded classified series again. So like
Yes.
actually this would make a really good candidate because we've already
Mhm.
got 2 box figures of him really quickly
Yeah.
and it would be actually just
Yeah.
cool for them to do.
Absolutely. So this would be one of the retro figures on the retro card back. And then what I was going to say is this next one is dedicated to Ken from Toy Connections. Your favorite Glenda, which can
Ooh.
now, and I couldn't find the image quickly enough of her Scarlet version, but she could easily be turned into a retro
Mhm.
Scarlet because we
Yep.
already have the buck, and that's a very simple translation. And Yojo ARH did an awesome job at
Oh,
recreating
he
her.
totally
So
did. Yeah,
yeah,
she would also make an amazing retro card back figure too, because like
yeah,
Duke,
both
she's
of them.
also had
Mhm,
what two figures and then a movie figure made from her
mhm.
too. So, which
Yeah.
I mean looks a
So
little
we
different.
we need a retro Scarlet.
Yes. And Randall's doing the math here. He's like 20 GI Joes are coming in the next 2 months, not counting the his tank, Duke, and Scarlet forever.
uh, Needs
Or poor
more
Wawa.
shelf space, people.
I know, right? Or
Yeah,
money, like one of the two.
yeah, both. And I'm gonna quickly run out of the size. I gotta fit out my house. So tough choices coming up. But here is the
Oh yeah.
awesome Cobra Mothership. You did not miss this discussion. GI Joe reaction Cobra Mothership, which was on display quietly at San Diego Comic Con 2023 this past summer. Super 7 did not say a word about this display. It was just out there with the rest of their stuff. Um, and there was some really cool stuff in the display with it. Today, we got the official announcement that the mothership is coming in October of 2023. And if you don't remember what the mothership was from, take a look at this clip. Oh, now I have to watch an ad and pay for this channel
That's
for
what
5
pays the
seconds.
bills. It's all
You can see the
good.
clip. Here we go.
There it comes. Yeah, it's a very cool scene.
So the mothership was from. Oh, sorry, it's looping. My apologies. So the mothership was from the Sumbo cartoon opening sequence as the Joes were running towards it. The mothership actually goes and it drops a bazillion trouble bubbles in the air. They come down and start attacking the Joes. And at the end of the day, the Sky Strikers come and blow the crap out of the mothership and it goes crashing down. Of course, blundering Cobra screws up again and the Joes reunite and celebrate at the end of the opening sequence. But what was really cool at the SDCC, we actually got to see what the Cobra Mothership looked like, and there was a whole bunch of freaking trouble bubbles on display with it.
Those are amazing. Yeah, now that we're getting the 6-inch scaled Cobra Turbo Bubbles, I'm like, I need them in all scales now.
I know, because these are so cute, aren't they?
Yes, they are cute.
They're adorable. Yeah, so they had a bunch of these, and you can see all of the other reaction figures with it. But this thing is huge. I
It
mean,
is
this is
big.
a little 3-inch figure. It's pretty big.
Yes, and is that's a was that a Cobra Viper on top of that ship too? I
It
forget.
is, and that's another figure that was not revealed yet. I don't. I think we had like a close up
Oh yeah, no, it's fine.
photo. It's
Oh,
right
there
here.
it is. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
I'm like, when is that coming
Yep.
out?
Oh, he will be soon. They were again quietly displaying this. So brand new Cobra Viper figure and the Trouble Bubbles. And you can see the camo version of the Cobra Troopers are
Yeah,
sitting inside here, which look really cute.
it does.
That's what
Yes, that's what they said, of course.
yeah, this thing's awesome.
So
So I don't know if maybe the mothership will like come with a couple Trouble Bubbles, like maybe it's packed
that'd be great.
together, or they'll do it separately. I don't know, but that would be awesome. Like
Do
it's
you
like deploying them, just like
do
in the
we have any
cartoon.
more do we have any more details like on like how this is actually put together? So we actually so all
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna ask you, like, do you think it's gonna have like panels that open
Mhm.
up that you can see inside?
Yes, absolutely. Because from this shot alone, you can see the little seam right here, the darker seam
Oh
running
yeah.
along it, and that should be a piece. And this edge sort of, I mean, you can kind of see maybe like it might be hinged, like right here, like that's maybe where it can pop open. And I'm sure it's going to reveal a whole slew of stuff inside. So you have an actual vehicle and playset, which is reminiscent of the old school Star Wars Millennium Falcon that you had an awesome ship and you open it up and there's a whole playset inside.
Oh yeah.
How Kenner Star Warsy is this awesome reaction mothership. I mean, that is super cool. Here's another view. You can see again that obviously looks like the place where it hinges open right here, and then
Yeah.
there
This thing is massive. Like
it's huge.
again, where are we gonna put this stuff? I guess the saving grace for ships and flying vehicles is
Mhm.
you can just mount them
You can
from the
hang it.
ceiling if you know how to do that.
Yep.
But yeah, we're quickly
Yeah.
running out of space, especially with the Cat's Lair coming, Eternia,
Oh
all
yeah.
the stuff. All the
And
stuff.
it looks like the Viper did a face plant afterward, but
Oh, that's funny.
and I know he just flopped out. He couldn't take it anymore. And it looks like to hold it up so it looks like it's floating, it kind of
Mhm.
looks like little plumes of smoke, like kind
Ooh,
of billowing out from underneath
I
it,
like
which
that.
is really creative as a stand if you do set it on the ground.
Yeah. Do we think this could be a crowdfunding project like the Cat's Lair?
I mean, for reaction, I doubt it because I feel like Super7 just puts stuff out for that
Mhm.
line. It's kind of like trial balloons sometimes for certain characters, or in this case, it'll be these little vehicles. So maybe he's trying to see how something like this would fly. But yeah, I think it's probably not going to be
Oh, okay.
USS
Which is
flag.
fine.
Speaking of the flag,
I know, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
which
Very
is
cool.
fine. So it is very cool. So if you want to check out more information about this, head over to our website. You can look at all these still images that we have loaded up. But speaking of USS Flag, Michael, I
Yes.
was just trying to hang out and enjoy my last quiet weekend before all heck breaks loose and I start moving next weekend and doing house stuff. And I went to my favorite collector shop in Burbank called Blast from the Past. And I think you have on your screen an image, but they had a complete USS flag on display for sale, and it had several vehicles sitting on the top of it. And it was just sitting on one of those like kind of cheap folding tables. And seeing it in person is the first time I actually saw a flag close up like this in person.
Yeah.
It it was big, but it didn't feel like as overwhelming as I thought it would. And
That's
it was
awesome.
if anyone's interested, it was priced at $3,000.
3 grand. It's just money, right?
Yeah, it's just money. But this store is great. They always have awesome vintage collection of all sorts of action figures. And I just wanted to give a shout out to the store, Blast from the Past. They've got Motu, GI Joe, Star Wars, all sorts of stuff, new and vintage figures on display, and they've been buying some incredible collections. And it's the first time I ever saw something this big in their shop.
It really brings a tear to an eye, and it looks in really great shape too.
Oh yeah, and I talked to one of the owners there, and he said that it was complete. So
that's crazy.
And it came with keyhole too. He was sitting. I didn't take a close-up picture of it, but he was sitting right here.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you rarely see one of these in such good shape. Like, should I get this one?
You should actually. Do you have somewhere to put it?
I mean, I guess if I need a coffee table for the room, and so I could basically use it as a coffee table. So
well, there you go.
And
I can help facilitate that for you, Michael.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Toy Sorceress.
You're welcome. Then if I'm ever in your area, I have to come over and play with
exactly.
Enjoy it.
I love Sci-Fi Suit 3000 because they don't actually want to sell it. That's right. No.
But it was in really nice condition. Like, it was in really, really good condition. I was shocked.
It looks like it. It's very cool. So, I mean, imagine getting this for like the holidays when you were a kid. It's like,
I know, and and the kids' room is usually pretty small, like a little 10 by 12 bedroom. It's those kind of a typical size, and it's like, where do you put it if you're a kid? Unless you're lucky enough to go up like a basement or something like that.
Yeah, they need a Cobra version for one of these too. Like, where would you park your Night Ravens and Rattlers and stuff like that?
They're all off in the jungle somewhere and hiding.
They're
Cobra headquarters.
A HasLab. It's a Cobra version of the USS flag.
Exactly. That would be so super cool. But we need a flag to start with, which would be awesome.
Right? Yeah.
But something like this big, I mean, obviously it would have to be O-ring scale. And it would still cost a mint. Like, what do you think it would go for if this became a HasLab project?
I mean, it's large and let's see.
Not super expensive tooling because it's a lot of flat platforms, and then you've just got the main hole.
So definitely not fit in the hot tub giraffe, but thank you for referencing that. It's got to be. I mean, if the HasLab Ghost is $500, it's probably this one would probably be like $650 or something, or $750. But if they
probably
higher,
I think higher. I think probably around 800.
Okay,
just because they can.
They would not sell anyone. They would not sell any.
That's true.
I guess, but if you're looking at like paying $3,000 for one, then 800 seems like a steal, right?
Like a steal. That's what I'm saying. So I think they could easily push the envelope and get there if they ever tried to sell these as a HasLab project.
The only time that I've seen something like this in person, like they're never complete, but sometimes dealers will bring these to the toy shows and just tempt you. But
I know. I mean, I could see, setting something up like this, just put all my GI Joe display on in the new house.
Yeah, I like Clint's idea. It's a build-a-figure flag. Each individual could be its own display, and
that would be awesome. Like a separate, like so little silhouettes, like display sections, and then if you get the whole thing, we click together.
Yes,
and that would actually help the space issue.
So this is the only way that we're going to get it. It's going to be a GI Joe Transformers crossover. It's going to be a 7-foot robot, because that's the only way that they're making these dang O-ring things again.
I know. Could you imagine?
That would be amazing. Like, that would be the ultimate collaboration. And if it looked exactly like the USS flag and not kind of janky from being a Transformer, like that would be awesome.
That would be incredible. Like, it could be like, a separate Transformer maybe that transforms the whole of the flag, and then the flat portion of it, like, I don't know what kind of Transformer that would turn into. I know, right? Maybe it's like Optimus Prime, and you do Optimus is the hull, and then his trailer is the actual flat part of the flag.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
So it looks like Sci-Fi Tsunami saw this at Toys R
Yeah.
Us back in the day. Couldn't believe it. Like as a kid, you were rolling your eyes. I don't know. Maybe as
Oh
an
my
adult, I roll
god.
my eyes, but as a kid, I'd be like, ah!
That's incredible. Yeah, that's like super, super cool. And then they had that tomahawk for like $150. I don't know if is that a good deal? I haven't priced them before.
I don't know. I mean, it's so funny because like I'm like so off with frame of reference on how much things should cost just because we're spending
Hmm.
just a shit ton of money on all of these other things like the cat slayer and the ghost, and it's like, oh, 150 seems
Hmm.
really cheap.
I
Like,
know, right?
not
Yeah,
totally not.
I mean, this thing was so complete. It had like the little like landing crew with its gear, and all that stuff. I mean, it had everything there. Super tempting.
Yeah, I think probably Whiskey Tango Foxtrot is more in line with what you're guessing
Yeah,
this would be.
yeah. It would go for a mint, I'm sure.
Oh,
It would
totally.
be.
You know what they could do is like have vehicles instead of figures as
Mhm.
unlocks because you can see like
Yeah,
all of these
yeah,
vehicles fit on the flag.
hmm
So why
yeah.
not?
Which
Just go
would
for
make
broke.
it like astronomical in price, but yeah, that would be awesome.
Go for broke.
That is so super cool. And want to say a big hello to Dan Diego. Hi, Dan. How's it going? We were actually DMing earlier today. He still has two of his tomahawks. That is so cool. And we do absolutely need a classified version. That thing would be huge.
That would be massive. Like
It would be
all the
massive.
6-inch scale vehicles are going to be huge. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think I might have to just rearrange some parts of my room to make room for all the stuff or just pass on them. But I always get FOMO when
Yeah.
I do that.
You gotta break down that wall behind you and just expand your
I
space.
know. Yeah, it's also hard to pass on stuff when you run a toy website and a toy YouTube
I
channel.
know.
So
I know. That's what makes it so
that's the other
difficult.
part.
And since we're on the obviously on the topic of GI Joe, I was just going to share uh, this Red Jackal
Yes.
Destro, which just came, and he looks really cool. So I think he might have to stay. Like he has
I
a
think,
backpack, sorry, on this side,
yeah,
which he would look so awesome wearing that. So
it does.
love that.
Yeah, I still have to open mine, and I was planning on waiting for like the Baroness and the Red
Mhm.
Jackal to drop in price, but I was like, I need the Red
Mhm.
Jackal.
Just get it. I actually had ordered the Baroness just before we went into escrow, and then she showed up the day I had to start packing up all of my stuff, and she immediately just went into like arrived on the doorstep and then just went into a box. So I don't even
Yeah.
know where she is.
Aw. But yes, we have many opportunities for that's what they said here. So on Toy Habits, so
Yeah,
you can get your fill of innuendo here, and we can talk about toys.
yeah, that's always it's always fun. So
Oh geez,
so before we go, okay, when are you opening Mondo Battle Cat? Oh yeah, you have
I
not done
haven't
that.
opened Mondo Battle Cat yet, and I don't know why. It's just sitting in the box, and I don't actually know if I'm want to open it or just sell it. Like I'm not sure.
He's
I think I got
he was a very expensive kitty.
yes,
Yes.
yeah. The cats
Yes.
are they're definitely expensive.
And speaking of cats, let's check in real quick on where the Cats Lair
Ooh,
um, crowdfund project is at because it ends tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. and it does end a bit late. We're still discussing if we're gonna jump on a stream to cover it maybe a little earlier on the night. If we do, we will let you guys know. But it's at 3643 backers right now, so we
ooh,
have not yet unlocked Tiger's Lab.
ah, that'd be a
So if you're
shame.
thinking about getting it,
That'd be a
you
shame if
also
that ended and it didn't unlock, but I have a feeling I forget how many like thousands of orders the HasLab Ghost got on its last day, but I think it broke through all of its tiers on the last
it
day.
did.
So this has to
It
get
did.
at least 5,000. Come on.
I sure hope so because I absolutely positively need freaking astral projection Lino because I just think he's so super cool. He's translucent and orange and blue and he just looks so freaking rad. So I love this Lino figure. I don't know what it is about it, but I really want him.
Yeah, I was unsure about those like clear like astral figures, but like the
Mhm.
Jaga came out fantastic, like
Yeah.
Tiger came out great, and so I'm sure this
Yeah.
Lion will be off the chain too.
Mm-hmm. I have to check and see when Jaga is shipping. I've got to update my shipping address on everything, so
Is
make
he
sure he
sold
makes it.
out? Do you know?
I believe so, yeah, because
Dang it.
he was only made to order.
Oh, you're right.
You
Okay.
have to you have to catch him on the aftermarket, unfortunately.
Boy, all right. I
Yeah,
might just
and he
live
actually looked
vicariously.
really great at
I know.
SDCC.
I
He
know.
was like,
I
you
wasn't
know,
sure how he'd gonna come out because like that's the thing about the digital renders is they look great when they're digitally rendered, but maybe they look a little different when they're produced. But Jaga came out fantastic.
yeah. I was just actually going to pull up his image, and we
Oh,
can
that's
take a look
great.
at the. I
Okay.
just went to our handy dandy magnifying glass on the top by the logo on our website, and you can see typed in Super7 SDCC 2023, and what it does, it brings up all the articles that are related. And look at that, I was able to find the booth images super fast. So that's that
Great.
little magnifying glass right there. It's really a great resource if you're looking for an older archive article. You can always like page through each of the different themes up here, but this is the fastest way to find stuff. And the reason I did this is because I wanted to take a look at Ghost Jaga, not to make you feel bad that you didn't order him, but maybe you can find him afterward. But he looks so freaking cool.
Yeah, he came out great.
It takes the toy arc for these photos. Look how good he looks.
He looks awesome. Yeah, that's why I was like, oops, I guess I missed on that one. So, but it's
Oh,
okay.
so sorry. I'm
It's
so
all
sorry.
good.
But yeah, hopefully you can get him afterward. I have seen some people do some incredible customs of the vintage version of Jaga that look like this, but I'm like, but they were going for like a lot of money, probably
Okay,
like $200 and up. And
that's a
I was
lot.
like, I bought one of these. I absolutely don't need it, but he is going to look really cool when he comes out. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Do you
All
think
right.
they'll make the Astral Lion-O even though they don't, even if they don't make it, or?
I hope so. I mean, Brian is a very reasonable guy, and he probably got a lot of great feedback from fans. So if we don't get there, they already did the work to model him out,
Yeah.
and they have the tooling for it.
Yep.
So they should just release him anyway. And if
Totally.
not, we'll have to corner him and see if we can get him on an interview and just beg him to make it for us.
Yeah, we're all stalk him at the antique fair that we both go to,
Yeah,
and I've never seen him in the wild. So.
yeah, that would be freaking awesome. And Whiskey Tango Foxtrot says the coolest part of the Cat's Lair is the 5,000 tier Lino figure. That thing is so cool. Agree, 100% Toy Sorcerers got the Jaga because of translucent, which is awesome. And Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, I 100% agree with you. These translucent figures are awesome because they are Thundercats, and anything Thundercats like this just looks so cool.
They do.
Yeah. All right. So with that, I think that kind of wraps up our stream. Unless there's something you want to share, Michael, that you've picked up exciting.
No, I mean, I have a bunch of toys that are just on the floor right now. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I guess everybody's getting the Trouble Bubble, but yeah,
Yep.
I just think the design of this vehicle is awesome. So
It is,
I'm
and
saying
I
one.
actually picked up Buzzsaw because I was debating pre-ordering his toy version, which I did just get a vintage version of him. But I actually and I got this for a steal, like $15, and he's very cool. He like lifts his head and his little gears go. But I actually got a really great deal for this one on eBay. He was brand new, and so I ordered him. I paid $40 for him, shipped, which is
Oh,
awesome. And
that's great.
I love all the different variations of yellow on his outfit or the figure version of
Mhm.
him because I think he has a lot better more variety, I guess, to how the figure looks. And I just really really liked the head sculpt on him and stuff. So he's a lot of fun. His little saw blades move on his head, on his arms. It's a fun
Oh,
figure.
that's neat.
Yeah, he's a big chunky boy. There's a lot. The box was huge. I mean, like for an Ultimates figure, it was just so
Oh yeah,
massive.
I saw those at the Super 7 store
Oh,
recently.
did you?
Yeah, so yeah, that they are huge. I did
Mhm.
want to circle back to Terrence St. John's comment just
Mhm.
around the new Rulers of the Sun 3-pack. He got his canceled. I got mine canceled. I don't know what is
Aw.
going on with this with this pack. So I don't know if it's delayed or what they're doing with it. So
I kept getting delay notifications into like approved delay. I haven't yet got mine canceled, but doesn't mean it won't happen.
Yes, Silver K, the buzzsaw is chunky.
He's a chunky boy. He absolutely is. Very heavy.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna buy a lot more of those until I saw the cartoon versions come out, and I'm like, okay, I need to stop because they have a history of releasing, versions that look like them, but they might be different, painted differently, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna wait and see what they have coming out of that line that's like an homage to the original ones.
Yep, but it's funny because I just bought the toy version, the vintage version of him, and he's really bright green and cute, and it's got like little blades that work on here. But for some reason, I gravitated more towards the cartoon version of him, just because I thought he had a much more variety of color on the figure itself, and it made him more interesting looking than like just the super bright green. So, and I'm like, I have this guy to scratch that itch. So
there you go. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I guess like all of the Rulers of the Sun 3-packs, they'll eventually go on clearance. I think there's still 10 at my Target that are still hanging out, waiting for people to buy.
Yeah, and then I actually been seeing people posting that some Motu vehicles and figures and stuff are showing up at Ross now. Like there was Stridor for $5 at Ross.
No way, that's crazy. Oh wow!
If you didn't get Stridor, check your Rosses because you can get them for $5.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Yeah. All right. So I guess with that we can wrap up, and then we'll figure out if we're gonna cover the countdown for the Cats Lair. That's the thing.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see where it's at tomorrow, and if it's at least broken through 4,000, there's a good chance that it might break through 5,000. So
we'll keep an eye on it, and then
really
if
late.
We're feeling risky.
Yeah. So we're still kicking it around. It would be fun to see. Like I forget if I don't think I've been on I think I haven't had a stream where something is like broken through and like it's usually there already and we're just waiting till the end, and I can't stay up till midnight.
Oh no, we can't. That's the problem. But I think we were all together on a huge stream with like Mega J and Ken and like a whole bunch of us when the Cats Lair funded right at the 3,000 mark, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, I cannot stay up till midnight on a Sunday because I get up at 5 a.m. for work Monday morning. So we can't cover the end of the campaign live. So that's why we're kicking around to see where it might get to tomorrow night.
Yes. So yeah, we will if we do, just set your notifications and then you will be able to join in the fun watching the Cats Lair hopefully break through 5,000.
Yeah. And if you're thinking about pre-ordering it, you want it, you have till tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. just before midnight to place your order. So, and they do have payment plans on there, which are pretty good. You can break them down into like 6 payments with no interest, and then there's a 6-month one with like a little bit of interest, and a 12-month one with a little bit more interest. But they're actually very reasonable. The interest amounts is like $40, and I forget what the other tier is, but they're not bad. So
yeah,
there's some options out there if you want to make it more reasonable.
Yes. Yeah, I think I did the pay in 4, even though I could have paid it all at once. I just didn't want to.
Yeah, I did the six payments or whatever, but they came only 2 weeks apart. So it was like bam, bam. And most of them were all like on the same credit card bill, and I was like,
oh man, you need more credit cards is what you need.
Yeah, I know, right? Break them up into separate ones.
Right. And then you'll have fun setting up your own Cats Lair when you move into your new house. So
I know. I need to like put a whole crap load of shelves together and stuff.
Everything. It's going to be so cool to like start something from scratch.
Yeah.
Or overwhelming. I don't know how you're going to view it.
That'd be fun to kind of maybe photo document how the process goes.
Oh, you totally should.
If I have the energy to do that while I'm working on it.
Yeah, just take a picture now and then.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. So it's been a blast. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
And can't wait to see you guys. Maybe what we'll do is maybe we'll have a stream on Friday after Pulse Con,
Oh, right.
if you're up for it. Right?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I would totally
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, I think we need to for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably be busy moving stuff, but I can jump on for a quick stream for like an hour.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait to see what they reveal, and hopefully they have that latest wave of digital renders to show
Hmm.
off. So can't wait for that.
Yeah. Can't
But
wait
yeah,
to see what they have in store for us. All right,
totally.
everybody. Be sure, in the meantime, until we see you guys next time, just tune in to toyhabits.com. You can get all the latest news and catch all of our videos on the replay on the YouTube channel. So see you
Yes.
guys
All
next
right.
time.
Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone.
Bye, everybody.